Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about California's rosier fiscal outlook. My guest this segment is the chair of the Assembly Budget Committee, Nancy Skinner from Berkeley. Thank you very much for being with us.
Great to be here.
So, the news has been pretty good lately. Just fairly recently, Fitch upgraded our credit rating.
Yes. So the good news is that for the third year in a row, the legislature adopted an on-time budget. The governor signed it within the constitutional deadline, so we had on-time, balanced budget. And as a result, that credit rating, and all of us who, we get our credit reports when we're trying to refi or whatever, we know what credit ratings mean. And so a better credit rating means more money in the state's coffers because our interest rates are lower for those, loans and such we have to take.
And from month to month it varies. One recent month wasn't that great, but several months we've shown a more revenue than expected.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, so thanks to the voters for passing Prop 30, we have some cushion now. We're in a position where we increased funding to schools, which is so good. And we're stable.
That stability, though, could be in jeopardy once those temporary taxes run out, right? We're hoping the economy picks up and California moves very quickly.
Right. But it could be, but over the last couple of years, we've made so many structural cuts to reduce the overall state's expenses that the governor and the legislature has, in our forecast, in our planning, even with the absence of the temporary revenues, we think we'll be in a much more stable position than we have in the past. We're not going to have, there's possibility for boom and bust cycles, as there always is, but we've created a path towards much more stability to even that out.
And a mindset also, do you think, that perhaps didn't exist a few years ago where you're a little more careful in terms of spending money?
Yes, because it never does any good to be in a situation where one day you're spending $20 billion more and another day you're having to cut $30 billion. That's no fun.
Let's talk about some of the things in the budget that you like. That are good. And I think education, both in terms of K through 12 and higher education, they're pretty pleased.
Absolutely. California's education system is the thing Californians, of course, treasure and can be most proud of. It's just the foundation of California's economy, of California's greatness. But we've been slipping and sliding. We've cut our funding, in past years to our K through 12 schools, to our community colleges, to our higher ed. This year, we are beginning to restore it. We brought it much higher. We gave $150 million more each to our CSU, State University System, our UC system. So we're on a path of bringing education back to where it should be in California.
As chair of the Budget Committee, moving forward, would you be reluctant to spend some of the new money, some of the new tax money, on new programs, recognizing that perhaps in a few years that revenue might not be there?
Well, it depends. We have some things that we need to restore. This year, we restored some funding to child care, which was very essential. Would
that be ongoing funding?
For the moment, yes. And there's discussion about Medi-Cal. We're implementing the Affordable Care Act, and we had to cut the reimbursement rates to our medical professionals who serve Medi-Cal patients. And that's been a real hardship. So we have a lot of discussion about whether it's appropriate to bring those Medi-Cal rates back. So there's some things we need to look at that we had to cut that maybe need a little more balance. And then the only thing I'd say about new programs is we always have to be abreast of, eras are changing. Are there areas where we haven't been paying attention that we might need to?
All right. Well, we're out of time, but it's a fascinating subject. We'll certainly watch the progress of your committee in the months ahead. Nancy Skinner, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
And thanks to our viewers also for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. We'll see you next time.